On January 26th, I presented a Flipgrid Breakout session at the Engaging Students Through Blended Learning Conference, and about a dozen FCPS staff attended, including teachers, SBITs, at least one principal I know of, and assistant principals. Since Flipgrid was newly approved at the start of the school year, a lot of schools are still at the start of using this tool or looking for new ways to use it. So I modeled my session through the engagement model. So both the agenda, the tasks, and the learning outcome for the day were very clear for those who were attending. And my Google Classroom for the day, which participants logged into right away, was also organized by the engagement model. So my goal for the session was to ensure that teachers knew how to use Flipgrid both as a student and as a teacher. So right away, teachers got practice with that through my opening. So they were able to answer this question, which helped them to connect to their bigger picture of why they teach and how this tool can align with that. Next, my mini lesson built background knowledge with an introductory video, including teacher examples. And I also shared some facts of practically how it can be used so that teachers can bring that back to their classrooms. And then the work time allowed teachers to work with a lot of choices built in, so you can see they could work individually or with other people, and they didn't have to work in order. And then throughout the session, teachers were encouraged to make comments, so you can see a couple of people did that in here, and they were reminded throughout the session to tweet with hashtag FlipGridFever. So that gave them access to connect with people in the room, including me, and then a wider audience as well, since this is Flipgrid's official hashtag. And then another way that people were able to connect within the room, there was a planned catch, so people found an eye contact partner, someone they hadn't been working with yet, and they shared what they had learned so far in the session. So it was another way to make great physical connections within the room. And then after the session ended, I continued the conversation by tweeting back and forth with participants that had tweeted with that hashtag in my handle. And I also answered comments in Google Classroom. So many people chose for the debrief to answer in here. So that was another way that there were connections that were made. After reviewing participation both in Twitter and on Google Classroom, I was also able to award 2 staff with Flipgrid Classroom vouchers, and I got to follow up with them about how Flipgrid was being used in their classrooms.